While, let me tell you about one of the realest conversations I ever had on my show. When Arsenio Hall walked into my studio, it wasn't just an interview. It was like two old friends from Cleveland just spilling ale the tea. This man had me laughing so hard, I almost forgot we were on live television. We talked about everything from cheating on college papers to jumping out of dorm windows. First thing you gotta understand, Arsenio and I go by back. We both from Cleveland. We went to Kent State together, and get this, I shitted off his paper. That's right. I said it on national TV. This man been helping me pass since college. But what really got me was when Arsenio said something real about therapy. He goes, Steve, black folks don't like therapists. We think the barbershop is enough. And I'm sitting there like, man, you speaking truth. But then he said, sometimes you gotta sit next to somebody at a desk and talk it out. That hit different, y'all. Now, Arsenio just came back to stand up after 20 years. 20 years, people? You know what he told me? He said, Steve, the hardest part about touring when you're old is you don't want to be out late. This man said, you got to do a 10 o'clock show at the Improv, then 11:30 at the Comedy Factory. But I want to be I'm dying, because that's EXACTOY how I feel. Bernie Sanders couldn't be president because you can't run a country if you go to bed at 5. But then he got deep on me. He said, it's like the woman I missed and I have her back. Stand-up made my life complete. That's when I knew comedy isn't just what we do, it's who we are. Well, I'm gonna love this story. So Arsenio tells me about Eddie Murphy, and this had me rolling. Apparently, Eddie saw me working out in the neighborhood with my COSO. Don't ask me why I work out fully dressed. That's just how I do it. So Eddie goes to meet Arsenio for coffee and tells him Steve was up working out. And Arsenio's like, that's wild, because I don't work out except during, you know, and I'm not gonna finish that sentence on family television. But here's the kicker, Eddie pays for coffee and tips a 100. So now when Arsenio goes back to that coffee shop, they don't even wanna see him. He tips $20 and they looking at him like, poor Arsenio ruined by Eddie's generosity. No, this next story had me wishing I was there. Arsenio, Dave Chappelle, and Chris Rock all showed up in Cleveland for one night. Chris Rock called Arsenio, and y'all know how Chris talks with all his teeth. Hey, come up to Cleveland. Then he calls back. So Pell's coming too. So they gave Cleveland the night of a lifetime. 3 comedy legends on one stage. Arsenio said the roof literally caved in from the laughter. And Dave Chappelle, that man will say anti-IG. Just like me, we both will go there, no filter. But this next part got me emotional, y'all. Arsenio took me to meet Richard Pryor, T-H-E Richard Pryor. But here's what I didn't know. Richard asked for me. Arsenio was taking care of Richard, sitting with him more than anybody. They're watching my old sitcom, and Richard goes, hi's a stand-up, right? He kind of looks like I used to look. Then Richard said, can you have him stop by? Yow. I was at Richard Pryor's bedside before sundown. I cried for 20 minutes after meeting him. This man was M-Y-H-R-O, and Arsenio made that connection happen. That's brotherhood right there. So we're playing this game on my show, spinning a wheel, and it lands on college stories. Now, Arsenio starts talking about his first time, you know, and I'm like, oh, yeah, but this man said he was 70 in college, me too. We both lied about having experience we didn't have. Then he tells this story about jumping out of a dorm window because a girl's parents showed up unexpectedly. I'm looking at him like, Arsenio, you crazy. But that's college for you. Making memories and bad decisions. You know what I love about Arsenio? We got the same philosophy about hecklers. We got microphones, y'all don't. If you open your mouth while we got this mic, you in trouble. Arsenio said, I'll nail you to the cross in front of everybody, then follow you home with a bullhorn. But real talk, this conversation taught me something. Friendship isn't about being perfect, it's about being real. Arsenio and I have been through decades together, from college cheating to comedy stages, and we still got each other's backs. Whether you're making a comeback after 20 years or just trying to figure out life, surround yourself with people who knew you before you were somebody. Those are the friends who keep you grounded and keep you laughing. If this conversation made you laugh or reminded you of your own crazy friendships, hit that like button. Subscribe for more real talk with comedy legends. And remember, life's too short to take seriously, but friendships, those are forever. Keep laughing, keep supporting each other, and keep it real.